Hi, I'm sitting here in front of this abandoned building that sits on Roseville Avenue and 7th Avenue. This building's been abandoned for some time, and I had a vision that I would love to see this place and other places turned into buildings that we could rehabilitate for folks who are homeless. There's so much space in this building that you could make it a multiple entity building. So you could have enough apartments to house a lot of homeless folks, and then also have people who can afford to pay rent be here too. So the other component would be we offer folks who are homeless places to stay in a shelter, but a lot of them don't feel comfortable there because they're afraid they're going to get robbed or they're going to, get attacked. And there's a lot of reasons people are homeless. Some people had good jobs, lost them, couldn't get the work skills to get onto something better. The payments for the housing became more than what they were making. Some people have mental illness issues. Some people have addiction issues. So the vision is to get a place to house people where we could also meet some of those needs. So you would have apartments available for the homeless. You would also have job training available. You might have counseling, mental health provisions for people, and also maybe addiction services for people. The point, though, is that there's buildings like this all over the city and all over different parts of the
What city are we
surrounding
talking about at this time?
We're talking about Newark. So we're in Newark right now, but we're close
Newark,
to
New
the
Jersey.
border of East Orange. Mm-hmm. And a lot of communities have the same problem. There's a lot of abandoned buildings that are sitting here doing no good for anybody, and why not put them to some good use? So my hope is that between the city and different corporations, there are a lot of corporations who are building now in Newark and other places like that, that are building buildings and making a profit. Can they not maybe offer some of their time and resources to help rehabilitate buildings like this, that we can house people who don't have the means to provide for themselves, and let's get enough counseling services and other services for folks to get them into a better position to help themselves. Now, not everybody is going to be able to get themselves into a working situation. I understand that there's all different, like I said, there's all different reasons why some people are homeless. So let's identify some of the problems and create resources for those folks so we can get as many of them as possible back into a life that's worth living and a life where they can sustain themselves.
So basically what you're talking about is each homeless person or their family having their own unit.
Right. And that's the problem with homeless shelters. A lot of them are just in big giant rooms or cubicles. They don't have any
Privacy.
key to lock their door. There's no
Right.
privacy. If you provide an apartment where people have privacy, they have their own key and their lock, and they're going to feel more comfortable to come to a place like this and then be able to get the resources they need to uplift themselves.
So how long would the stay be here? Would it be an indefinite stay or 6 months, 2 years, or whatever?
I think that a lot depends on what their situation is. Some folks, you may be able to have a temporary situation. They may be able to be open to job training and get themselves a job and be able to pay their own way. For some people, it may be a longer stay. And for some, it might be a more permanent situation where they're paying a small amount, like as a Section 8 type of setting, where they pay only a percentage of their income.
But will it be Section 8? Because why would a person come to a homeless place like this here with a Section 8 where they can go to an apartment?
Like I said, a lot depends on the person's particular circumstances. Some people are going to need the support of a Section 8.
Okay.
Some people may not. So it depends on what we're able to provide and how able and willing they are to learn, and some people are not going to be so able to do so. They may have incapacities, whether they're mental or physical, that prevent them from getting a job, but they might be able to get onto disability insurance or Social Security or something. But we would have folks here to help get them through that maze.
Social workers and things
Right,
like that.
right.
Okay.
So
Well, okay, Maryann, you want to give your name so people know who?
that would help. My name is Maryann. Maryann Wiktorowicz. I'm one of the friends of the street doctor. We've been helping feed homeless folks down at Penn Station and other sites for several years now. But as we feed people who have that need, I mean, it's good to do that, but sometimes people become dependent on that, and they don't know the next step to pull themselves up. So that's the vision that I have, is to make this a facility where we have the people who can give them the emotional and mental and physical support that they might need to elevate their lives.
In a case like this here, as you suggesting this here, and exactly who are we talking to outside of the public? Are we talking to the governor? Are we talking to the mayor? Who are we talking to?
I'm talking to the governor, the mayor, celebrities, especially celebrities that have been born and raised in Newark. There's some people who have reached out and done some stuff on their own, people, folks like maybe Queen Latifah, John Bon Jovi, Shaquille O'Neal, but any of these celebrities who have the means and who can, who care enough about the community they came from to do something. And also, a lot of what I'm saying to, what I'm appealing to, are the contractors, the folks who are building in Newark and they're making money. They're making a profit here. So can they give us maybe 10-20% of their the income that they earn from here to help rehabilitate these buildings and create.
Do you have any history on this building? I've seen this building here for years. I come from Newark, but I'm not too familiar with this side of Newark. I didn't know whether this was North Newark or was it East Orange. I'm not too familiar.
Yeah, I believe we're right on the border.
All right.
I do have to do some due diligence about exploring this building. I believe it was probably built in the 60s or 70s when a lot of urban renewal was going on, because they're still pretty sturdy looking buildings.
Yeah.
But the problem was a lot of these buildings were built with so many people that it overwhelmed the community. So why not encompass a lot of the community into the building itself, so people don't have to be weighing on the community itself, but they can be self-sufficient. Maybe you have even like a little grocery store here, maybe some reuse centers where people can get furniture that has been rehabilitated, but mostly those social and mental health provisions that people need to adjust from being without a home to now being responsible homeowners again, or apartment dwellers again.
Okay, so Maryann, how would someone contact you?
Okay. I'm on Facebook. It's Mary, M-A-R-Y, Ann, A-N-N-E, Wiktorowicz, W-I-K-T-O-R-O-W-I-C-Z. So you can contact me on Facebook, or my phone number is 973-517-5966.
Okay. And any last words you would like to say as we get ready to air this right here in the next 10 hours? It should be up.
What I'm hoping this will do is, I don't have the money myself to do this by myself. I want to network with people who have the same kind of vision and heart to do something good for the neighborhood. Let's build up this neighborhood itself. As you see, there's a lot of trash and stuff around. People they see an abandoned building and they think, well, nobody cares, so why should I? And they throw their garbage. So I'd like to just network with enough people to make this dream a reality. So And I'm hoping people who know people can get in touch with those folks. Especially the contractors and who are doing a lot of building here. There are people who are making money from being in the city, so let's get them on board. And some of the corporations, maybe Prudential or other corporations, Amazon and other places like that are doing business in Newark, that can see the need to, if you have a community of people who are financially more stable, they can become your customers. So, I mean, it has a financial benefit for the stores and corporations that are here already, in addition to being a benefit to the folks who have no homes right now.
Well, from the looks of it, it's a beautiful building. Just need some tender loving care. So
my call is out to people who feel the same way I do. Get in touch with me. Let's put some pressure on the city. Not only the city I know has little money, but let's put some pressure on the federal government even to start restoring buildings like this so that we don't have a community with so many abandoned buildings. Let's do something positive with these abandoned buildings.
Okay. Again, this is Zachariah Jackson, Basa News. Good night.